did.
I think the guys that were running with the ones, I thought did a pretty decent job. We got a lot of guys that some are dinged up, so we got some certain young guys in there that are learning the defense and trying to get a hold of themselves with the twos and threes. But I thought the ones did a pretty good job of it. They tackled pretty decent. I think there's some stuff obviously we got to clean up. We got to win some one-on-ones. I think we made some good throws and catches. I think our quarterback position is performing at a very high level and putting the ball in very tough spots to defend, which is good for us. But I think as we continue to progress this spring, our guys are getting more and more comfortable within the system, and like each week we add a little bit more. And obviously you can't fall back on what you did last Saturday. You got to keep getting better. And I think we got better today than we did when we were on Saturday. So we're getting better and better. So that's what I'd like to see.
How much Illinois film do you have your guys watch?
Not anymore. Not much anymore. I think if we're installing something, they're just to show them some examples of stuff. We'll show it, but. I think we were able to do some stuff throughout the spring and even as we progressed throughout the course of the winter, we're now like drills and everything else. I'd like to had it filmed and I like to have them look at themselves, So I think that's kind of been a blessing for us and how we went this off season with Coach Rowe and how we introduced some concepts to our guys and through the training program. And so now it's like more and more less of the orange and blue, and now it's all old gold and black. So let's get this going.
Can you talk a little bit about what Coach Rowe's done with a lot of the guys? I know a lot of you guys have kind of talked about just the impact he's had on the players already.
Yeah, he's awesome. He has a unique way of communicating with the guys. He's a guy where he's done it. He played in the NFL, played in college. He's gone through junior colleges. He's had his journey, so he can relate with a lot of the guys on our team. And the system, the tree that he comes from. I was part of that when I was at Wisconsin with Ben Herbert, and I just know how the players and everybody responds to guys like him. And even the last place I was at, it was part of that same tree. And in this generation of guys, they want to know why you're doing certain things, and he breaks it down brick by brick. Like, this is your hips are not strong enough. We got these machines just for your hips, so you can not have groins, or we cannot have this. So guys understand, like, oh wow, this is why we're doing this, and he breaks it down like that. And I think the guys understand why, and because of that, you've seen different looks in bodies. Guys have put on weight, guys have lost weight. Guys are doing things the right way, and he puts a lot of ownership on them, which I think is a good thing too.
Have you seen anyone that's kind of taken advantage of that most?
Jawari Brown's been on 20-some pounds since we've been here. Coming in and seeing his body change. That for like just 8 weeks of training, just buying into what you're doing. Boom, there it is. And there's countless other examples of those guys putting in the work and doing it. And I have not heard one person say, like, gosh, I don't like this guy. And as a strength coach, you kind of want some of those guys. I'm here to make you better. I'm not your friend. I'm your coach. And like, I know my guy when I was playing, Chris Dawson, loved him to death. I hated that guy when I was playing, but you know what? Respect the hell out of him. So, but there's a lot of stories for this guy's this offseason, just from our nutrition standpoint. Ellen Rice and those gals that she has going with her, and Lauren Link and all them, and combined with our training staff, kind of everybody new coming in, working together, has been pretty cool to see.
How good can Corday Sidner be?
I think he's got a chance to be pretty good. He's got length, he's got size. He's got a motor. He has a mental ability, and he's got a passion for the game. I think he's been out here now for about a week, so seeing him perform and actually go through some stuff, because he did some stuff in the wintertime, but he didn't really know exactly what he could do. And now being out here for a week, knock on wood, staying healthy, I feel really good about where he's going to be in his practice.
Anything about Yanni Karlaftis and how you're going to use him, and just how would you assess him thus far through 7 practices?
Yanni's awesome. He provides a different skill set. He's the one guy that coming in here that had played on the edge and had been a linebacker. So he kind of has a one-up on a lot of guys, because he's got some pass rush ability, but he's also been in the box as a linebacker, so he understands like that part of the game as well. And so we're utilizing him in certain packages at certain spots, and using his skill set for what I think he does best, for what we can do best.
OC's talked about coming in here as a transfer from Auburn, sitting, kind of learning. Last year got a chance to play a little bit. How much has he taken off since we've gotten here?
He's done a great job. He's got to work on certain things. But he has athletic ability. He has a knack for the ball, a sense for like where that ball's going to go, and now we're just working on certain things. Where he can get off blocks, or whether it's his footwork on contact. Like, we're working on the little details of which is great about this defense is it allows us to focus on those fundamentals rather than all the scheme all the time, you know. And you can see each practice he's trying to take something off the film from that standpoint. So, you know, he's got great athleticism. He can run. He can do a lot of things. He's got some physicality about him. And you know, I think this defense is going to allow him to kind of run and play, be that sideline to sideline guy and showcase what he can do.
I've heard a lot of guys talk about that, just letting them play fast and be athletic. You know, when you're defined into a certain, you know, this is what you do on this play, I think sometimes, you know, that gets in your head a little bit.
Right.
How much can you see the guys just enjoy maybe the freedom they have a little bit more?
You know, I think it's great. You know, I think not everything's going to be black and white. There's going to be certain things that's a little gray in football, you know, and I think the more our guys buy into, all right, they understand what their job is, and then you teach them, all right, this is what you can't do. All right, this is where you can't get beat, right? And now once they start understanding that aspect of things, all right, well, okay, now you got something going on, right? And you know, this is something I learned from a guy I greatly admire. It's, you know, good plays are the results of good fundamentals, bad plays are the results of bad fundamentals. So that allows us to then focus on the fundamental part of things, right? So we spend a lot more time on Indy and just doing the footwork, the alignments, all those things matter because it ties into what we do. You know, like, you know, we tell this guy to line up here because this is what's going to happen with what you're seeing from the offense. So you have to do that every time. And slowly but surely, every day, you're seeing that consistency happen with our guys.
Anything else, Kevin?